It's 5:22 a.m. I've got to make my breakfast, drink my coffee, and go to work by 6. So I'm going to do a video real quick. I got a question and a Pablo. So the question is, and I get a lot of questions. I don't answer them, and in fact, even this guy acknowledges it. But it's Jory, who says, "I've been viewing your channel for a few weeks now, and I think your way of approaching the hobby motivates me to start it as well. Thanks for that. I just started thinking about it all, at least from the form of expanding in sets and starting a store. I liked Lego long before, and I'm in the process of finding my way to start the store." And that's the way it should be. It should be your way. He mentions here about finding the Technic set 42082 for 170 euros, and it has a part out value of 164. Is that a done deal? Well, that's the kind of part out value you want to look, something that's well over 2 times what you pay for something. But you also want to think in terms of, will something sell? Technic, it's kind of a niche area, and there's a lot of these types of parts in a Technic set. Pins, so you'll end up with a lot of pins, and that's not even the friction pins up there. They're in another drawer. Somebody actually bought all my friction pins already. But Technic can be a tricky thing to sell, especially if you don't have a lot of different options for those parts. Maybe that's a good start. One thing that people like to do is piece together sets, which I've been doing from an eBay auction I got that had a parts for a Death Star in it, the Death Star 2. So I spent the weekend just gathering up the parts for that. But one thing, there's not a whole lot of Technic parts in this set, and so I've gone through my checklist and I've marked everything off. There's a lot of plates, there's bricks, there's wedge plates. In fact, I need 37 2x16 light bluish gray plates. I need 111 2x8 plates, and that's after I've robbed my store. Like, look at all these plates here. There's supposed to be 259 of these. I think I had 148. So those are the types of parts that people need. Parts for Star Wars sets and buildings. So I'm going to go over here to the order I got that wanted a Pablo. Yeah. And so this order has bricks, tiles, plates. And that's a typical order. Bricks, tiles, plates, and modified plates. So I'm going to pull all the drawers out. He's got a few bars. And these they actually had light bluish gray bars in the Death Star. I did have all those in my collection. 388. He's getting some of these bricks here. Is he building I wonder if he's building some kind of wall for a rock wall or something, or a Star Wars, I mean, or I don't know, what's he building? 2646. It's got these parts here. And white, 3403. It's around the corner. These are the kind of orders I like too, that have a lot of quantity of different parts. And I'm actually not going to do this order as far as packing it up, which some people have been requesting that I do that, show the whole process of packing it up. I have done that in the past. It's a little tricky to do it because you got to block out addresses and things like that when you're showing how to print. And so that's why I don't usually want to go through the hassle of doing all that. And got some tiles here. I was debating on whether to allow these in the store because I need these for brick model railroader cars, but I've kind of reached a standstill right now with building those, trying to get some other things done. Oh yeah, that's right. For a minute there I thought it was the wrong part. White plates. We need 4525 right here. More dark gray bricks, and we only got 2 more lots to go. 46.33. 46.33. Oh, and all this stuff here is all stuff I got to put in. Well, not besides that. These are parts that I parted out. I'm loving these little things I got at, got these at Bargain Hunt. I need to go get about 200 more of them. They're great for parting out sets and putting stuff back up. 1x8 plate, 46.87. Huh, these must be the used ones. It's going to be the same part you just saw earlier in this 46. Wait a minute, I cannot see. There it is right there. I think these are used. Alright, and then Z48. Z48. He bought, oh, coincidentally, I'm glad I did my, got my parts for my Death Star, because the Death Star needed 458 1x2 dark bluish gray bricks. He bought all of these, and hopefully there's 319. If there's not, I'll have my wife go get them out of the out of my Death Star, because I got a bunch of those from right here. And then cup 56. 56, the 1x3 bricks. All right, so that is all the different parts that he got. And this was, again, this was Jonathan Swigert who got, this is Jonathan's. But these are typical. Well, usually there'll be other random parts in there, but he bought mostly plates, bricks, tiles. Got some bars right there. He bought quantity of bricks. So, and it varies. There very well could be somebody that would buy a lot of Technic parts, but it's a smaller niche than regular bricks and things like that. So just think about that. It's not strictly just the part out value. It's also, will this part sell quickly or often? So, but it's a good start. I would say the best thing to do with all of this is, let's say you closed your store, like you ended up not doing well, or you decided you didn't want to do a store. Would you still want these parts? So if Technic is something you like and you decide to close the store, you got all these extra Technic parts, you're okay. But if Technic's not something you like, then you're not okay. It's like if you parted out a bunch of Chima sets, you really don't like Chima, and then you closed your store, you'd be stuck with a bunch of Chima parts that you didn't want. So that's also something to consider. But anyway, I'm going to go because it's now 5:30 and I got to go eat breakfast and drink my coffee. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.